Hard at work. I keep just staring at this view.
That view?
Yeah.
Dime a dozen. All right, so what are we gonna do today?
Well, I think we're gonna build the deck, actually.
We put all the trusses up yesterday. Why don't we sheet the roof?
Well, that's normally what you would do, but in some cases you would do things out of order. Like, for instance, there's a huge pit still around the house. See that? And we're waiting 2 weeks for that concrete to cure. So I don't really want to try to get the plywood up there right now.
Come on, Jones and I can get that sheeting up there.
Yeah.
Have you seen our muscles?
I've heard you complaining.
Let's see, choke, check, start.
Today, you're gonna watch this stack of lumber become a deck right there. I hope, anyways, never know. Here's the gist of what we're doing. We're putting 8x8 posts on brackets that are bolted down with 2 5/8 bolts to the footing, so it doesn't fly away, I guess. We're gonna bolt a band to the house, and then we're gonna set a girder across the top of all those posts. It's 3-ply, 2x10, and then we'll connect the girder and the band with joists, also 2x10s, every 16 inches.
Yo, you having a little problem there?
Only the best equipment available.
I think it's time to upgrade.
You just gotta go really fast.
And then it all falls.
Got it.
Lock it quick.
So, what do you got?
Well, we're showing 92.5. We're showing right at 8 feet here.
Okay.
It's actually a fuzz over. We
So
should check a few.
let's just pull 8 feet off the sheathing layer for our deck band.
Wow.
Whoa! We're just gonna tack the band on with deck screws, and then we're gonna use these ledger lock screws instead of having to through bolt to the end of our trusses. It's a lot easier, and it passes code. Might actually be a pro tip there.
What's that?
Using these things, it's way
Oh,
faster
Yeah.
and easier.
Well, does everybody know what we used to do?
Through bolt.
Yeah, through bolt. That means a big bolt, 5/8 galvanized carriage bolt through with a nut on the backside.
Yeah, so you gotta punch it through, then go around to the inside
Yeah.
and tighten it up.
And sometimes it was in really difficult to reach
Right,
places.
that's the problem.
You know?
You'd have to contort your arm to like fit in some weird cavity to get the inside, not these. Our first move here is to chalk a line on the house 2 inches down from the subfloor, and that'll be our framing layer of the deck. That way we have 2 inches, 1 inch of decking, and then the decking is still below the floor, so water can't like run in the house off the decking. To make sure this deck is coming straight out from the edge of the house, we're gonna pull a string line across the side of the house and run it out straight, and then mark the footing using a level to plumb down. Wow, this video is full of kind of technical information, but we're planing off a little bit of the bottom edge of the backside of this deck band so that later we can slip some flashing up in there that will wrap out over top of the siding that's below the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to put in 50 of these 5-inch screws real fast without burning up my battery drill. So I got the big drill right here. Look at that. All right, here, give it a little.
You want a bigger hammer next time?
That thing ain't going anywhere.
I accidentally put a 1/2 inch where I needed a 5/8 and put it in, but now I can show you how these things work. When the pin goes down, it spreads the end and it locks itself in the concrete. Then you can tighten the nut down and it won't move. So that one's ruined, but you can see how it works. We've set up our laser and we have marked the laser line on the wall. And what we're gonna do is measure up from that laser line to our band up here, because we want our band out here to be level with that. And then we'll measure down from our laser line to the bracket that's sitting on the footing. And then we'll add those two numbers together, and that will give us our post height for each footing.
83 3/4.
See, the beauty of making so many mistakes all the time is that you can play jokes on these guys all the time, because I told him I forgot these big washers. And of course he believed me, because I usually forget them, but I didn't.
I feel like these sawhorses are set up for a giant.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'd set them up. I thought they'd be a good height for me.
Yeah, the tallest one on our curve. Evidently, we have a saw made for a giant too. That's tall. Holy cow. Nice readers, Jay. Where'd you pick those up?
My mother-in-law. Hey, times are tough, bro. You gotta steal what you can.
We like to order the posts over length so we can do what we're doing here is to notch the posts and let it lap up the back side of the girder, giving a great place to make a connection between the post and the girder.
Oh, it's working again.
Sweet. It's alive.
Dude, thought it was dead.
We've set the two end posts first, and then we're pulling a string line across the face of those so that we can mark the locations of our intermediate posts. I'm marking the center of each post and then plumbing down to get the position on the footing. And this is a great way to do it and get them nice, straight in a line.
We're out of posts because we didn't get one of them, and we're cutting some temp legs. A lot of times we'll do what we're doing here is measure the down from the laser number and then 83 3/4 up from the laser line. So there's no math involved that you could mess up if you just measure them both. Basically add them together without having to add them together.
That's some real man genius stuff right there, buddy.
Now that we have the post up, we're gonna start at one end, working down with the girder and the joist, and then we'll move our whole scaffold contraption down and finish the end. We are gonna let the end joist run past the girder so it doesn't look like there's 3 layers of girder just ending, and that doesn't look as good.
So nail this stuff together?
We're applying our girder 1 layer at a time. It's 3 thick total, but if we do it 1 layer at a time, we can actually shoot through it into the post like this. Double fire! Double fire! Single fire! And get it tied in really nicely.
Flip it, flip it one time.
I'd say we better keep on the side instead of partial. Isn't that actually what we need? Well, watch your fingers.
Now we're cutting the one that's going to be on the front, and we're doing our best to select nice looking boards for the outside piece of the band that's visible. And these are number 2 treated boards. They're not a lot of good looking ones, so we're just trying to do our best to get the best ones. We're also just doing a temporary ledger board here that'll help us to set the joists without having to like hold the weight of them as we're attaching them. I don't like to put the hangers on first because the boards are all different thicknesses, and so sometimes you have to like move them up a little to get them FOT flush on top is what you want.
Got a little situation here.
So like I was saying, this lumber is not all the same thickness. Look at that, it's a 1/2 inch more. So I'm gonna have to loosen my little ledger, drop it down until it's flush on the top. Because that's where the decking goes. That's why it needs to be flush up there.
I might just drop this. Woo! Yeah, there you go. Just run it on up into you.
There we go.
Like it, Daddy, like it.
All right, I'm good, Ray.
I'm gonna have to grab mine too. I'll wait for you to get
Okay. Try not to hit these lags. I want to mention these screws I'm using are just temporary to tack it and pull everything tight. Then we're coming back with joist hangers on all these. They have, let's see, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 nails each. They're all galvanized, so that's what really holds these things up in the end. Okay, now check this board out. It's like a 1/4 inch thinner than the band board, whereas like 2 back was a 1/2 inch thicker. So it's just a battle to keep these all flush and everything looking good. Again, that's why if you put the hangers on beforehand, all exactly the same, it just can be terrible. Built for comfort right here. This is slapping me in the forehead. Yeah. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I don't know if we're gonna make it though. The sun is going down quick. We're gonna make it. It takes a lot of effort to keep this girder running straight. Even if you cut the joists all the same length, it's a real chore to keep it running straight. If you're a builder, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Let's get a number here.
Which one you going?
Up top.
Hold on.
Good. We're pushing hard here. It's 5 o'clock and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So let's just finish.
Okay.
You said that's 36 to go. Hey, that looks nice.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, that is going to be an awesome spot to come home and relax after a long day of work, or wake up on a weekend and sit and drink coffee. You're not going to be able to beat that. We are going to pack it up and get out of here. Thanks for building with us today, and we will see you next time.
Hey, thanks for building with us. Except for you forgot to cover everything up. Don't worry, we got it. It's like building with my kids.